finances with mid-20-year-old car enthusiasts that have no self-control.
That really shouldn't be giving financial advice.
You should not, we'd be really good at giving advice that you shouldn't listen to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we do anyway, so.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yeah. On that note, hi, everybody. Oh, God. Hi, everybody. My name's Andrew.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome back to Impact Damage again.
Yes.
It's definitely the same day.
Yes.
No, I mean, it's definitely a different day, sorry.
Is it?
I mean, it could be.
It is possible.
It is technically possible that...
Yeah. It's not 35 minutes in the future.
Yes, and that I just completely left these chairs and the lights and the camera and everything in the same exact spot in my garage for, I don't know, 2 weeks.
Yes, because this podcast
and didn't actually park any of my cars in here.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Also, this podcast is known for its consistency.
Yes. And it's known for the fact also too that hopefully because this episode that you're watching right now is going to be the 5th one, so hopefully by now I will have created a logo finally.
That'd be cool.
Maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, today we're actually going to play a little bit of a game again.
Yes. Yep.
Going back to our previous episode where we went back and forth talking about cars that we thought the other person wouldn't remember.
And I got absolutely destroyed.
Yes, you got absolutely obliterated.
Yes.
Because you thought that I would not know about the Quadra-Steer Suburban.
God, dude, the Quadra-Steer. oh, that killed me.
It was so funny, though.
That really sunk me. That was my ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Please go watch that episode to watch me embarrass myself.
In our opinion, that was the best one we've done so far.
I think so, too.
So, we're going to play another game today. And
might I say first, caveats. This game is heavily inspired by another podcast that we listen to.
Yes.
It's the Intercooler podcast. Couple of British folks who are far more experienced, have a lot more to say, and are far better at this than we are. So we're going to copy them and hope that they don't strike us down and cancel us forever.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance for that.
Well, it's the Intercooler.
Yes. Yep.
And they need a cooler for their warm beer.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Because they do like warm beer over there.
Yeah. It's by the way, that's Dan Prosser and Andrew Frankel that do that one.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So if y'all want a good podcast to wash your mouth after you listen to this one, highly recommend it.
Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, the game is basically we've put together a hat. It's upside down, but it's a Tesla hat because he hates it.
Yes.
Speaking of upside down, my microphone.
It's okay because my microphone is just out.
Yeah, your microphone in the last episode. We put together a hat with some sticky notes in it, folded up with different driving scenarios or different sort of car-related scenarios where we're going to go back and forth and try to decide what we think is the best car for that scenario.
And then we will both vote on whose is better.
Yes, we're going to go back and forth and decide, try to agree on them and probably not agree.
Yes.
On whose is best. Yeah. And we have 5 of them so that hopefully...
Best out of 5.
Yeah, hopefully we can somebody have a winner or a loser. We don't actually have a prize or a forfeit.
No, we have nothing.
Although actually, since we were talking about it earlier, and you said you didn't like it, I do have half a thing of sweet tea vodka upstairs, so I should make you drink that.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm going to win because I don't think I'm doing that.
So there is that.
Yeah. Can't wait to chug half a bottle of vodka, then drive home tonight. That'll be interesting.
Well,
they made a song out of that, I think.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh boy. We should probably get back on topic.
Yeah, let's just jump right into it. There's nothing else we need to talk about in this episode because neither of us have done anything ridiculous with our cars. I already talked about my other cars in the last episode and on the specific garage update video that I did. And I guess that's the first one that we're going to do.
That is the first one we're going to do. All right.
That's not how you quite intended to do that, but...
No. Okay, so I think the way we should do this is I'll read it out, and then you say yours first.
Oh, right, yeah.
then-
Whoever doesn't read it says theirs first.
Yes. And I think that'll be somewhat fair, so
Yeah.
every time you say something, I would either have the opportunity to pick something different or based off of that, find something better.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then you'll say it, then I have to go first.
Right.
Might be fair.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That'll work.
All right. So for our first driving scenario, you are going to a track day. That is,
That's fun.
yes, that track day is 8 hours away by highway, and you cannot tow your vehicle. So you have to drive 8 hours to the track.
Right. So it's basically a road trip and then a track day, and then
Yes.
also a road trip home.
And then a road trip home.
Yeah, because for whatever reason you
Yeah.
spent all your money on your race car and don't have a truck to tow it with, or you can't rent one
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Yep.
If you're not old enough to rent a vehicle, or you're, again, don't have enough money.
Yeah. A bit two-tiered as well, because if you think about it, it's not just the fact that you can have a car that won't make you want to kill yourself on an 8-hour drive, but you also have to have a car that makes the 8-hour drive.
Yes.
Which in this lovely because,
See, should
say you
we?
could take an F1 car 8 hours. But
Yeah, I mean, again, technically it is possible. Going back to theoreticals here of how we're definitely not recording this on the same day. Technically, it is plausible that you could road trip a Caterham to the said track day, but I think you would be deeply unpleasant when you got there.
yes. If it was 70 degrees and perfectly sunny for this, let's say, 20-hour situation
Yeah,
in Alaska.
yeah. In Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
In the summer.
What are you going, ice racing?
Yeah. Well, no, in the summer.
Yeah, it doesn't get to 70 degrees in Alaska. What are you talking about?
Well, all right. Well, let's stop embarrassing your co-host.
No, see, now that we actually, for right now, don't work together anymore, one of us has just been demoted, technically.
Yeah.
We can't even be coworkers anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
because
jeez.
we were friends and then we were just coworkers. What are we now?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Competitors on a show that we're doing right now.
The worst show you've ever watched.
Oh, it can't be the worst show they've ever watched.
Honestly, you know what? I think if the weather conditions were right, I think I would actually.
But you don't get to know that.
Well, yeah.
Okay, we'll say this. The track day is clear.
Okay. I'm actually genuinely going to go with an Aerial Atom, because I know for a fact there's a company that makes an aftermarket like windshield roof, temporary roof situation for an Aerial Atom. So I would just do that.
We're doing Aerial Atom.
And then I would be quite happy road tripping that.
An Aerial Atom.
Yeah.
You're going to road trip an Aerial Atom.
A V8 one if I could.
Buddy. Okay. You want to
specifically with the sort of temporary.
No, okay, that's ridiculous.
It's just an accessory.
It's an accessory that I'm going to say you're not allowed to have.
Oh, come on.
Well, okay, maybe. But that now you're just giving me more ammunition. Okay, so your final answer is an Aerial Atom with a windshield.
With an aftermarket windshield roof thing, yes.
For 8 hours.
Yes.
All right, well, round one to me then, because
Oh,
I
gosh.
know exactly the vehicle that I'm going to take. Hopefully to the surprise of no one that knows proper track cars, that you can actually drive to the track and then drive home. Because this vehicle will have air conditioning. It will have Apple CarPlay.
That's bold.
It will have cruise control. And then once you get to the track, it will be one of the greatest experiences of your life, thanks to the engine, the dynamics, everything like that. 991.2 GT3 Touring.
Yeah, but
Have we already gotten to the point where we're not going to say who wins?
like, I get where you're coming from, but like, the whole purpose is to do a track day. And yes, a GT3 is great on the track, but it's not an aerial atom.
Well, it's
An
not
aerial atom would still walk away from that thing on the track.
It's not going to be an aerial atom, because by the time I get to the track, I will still be relaxed, composed, ready to enjoy my day, and you will be on the ground trying to decompress your back.
Just get a pillow. It's fine.
Pillow. Yeah, for bending over. Then you'll loop your aerial atom and you won't be able to drive it home.
Yeah. See, as much as it's like the obvious answer here, I actually do agree that I probably would be happier in that situation with a GT3 Touring.
Now,
but I think what I would do is I would actually take a GT3 Touring and strip it out. You know, like just have one seat and crazy roll cage and stuff like that.
Well, GT3 RS then, instead of a Touring.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But then that's even more money. And I guess aerial atom. Now I know an aerial atom's not cheap either, but
are we gonna go the affordability route?
Yeah, but the whole point of this is that we can't. We've spent all our money on the car and we can't afford to tow it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
yeah,
I think. I mean, God forbid you've got a GT3 Touring and you can't afford even like an old Ranger to tow it with.
Yeah, that's a good point. But also think about the aerial atom. You have to hire a chiropractor and a psychiatrist for the emotional damage that you're causing to yourself by driving 8 hours.
I would be. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I would be totally down to do that though. So, but that said, I do agree that I think for the majority of people, GT3 Touring is the ultimate answer there. So,
right.
I'll give that one to you.
Yeah, this might be a show of who can argue the best, and not at all about cars.
That's true. All right.
Well, we'll see. And you know what? If this is terrible, guess what? We don't have to do it again. So,
don't watch it then. Here, I'll pull this one.
Yeah.
We got a massive selection of 4 sticky notes in here, so
but because we're gonna ramble on and argue for about 20 minutes in between, this is actually perfect.
Well, yeah, but
all things considered.
Yeah, but my point is that this selection system isn't incredibly random. But
no, also because we figured them out
and that
with
one's
each
on
other.
the floor now.
Oh.
All right, let's see what we got. Good. Cannonball. Sub 10 grand. So not like total lemon style. Not like total 24 hours of lemon style. Not that cheap, but you know everybody does Cannonball in big German sedans, E63s and that sort of thing, because really that's the ideal car for it.
Probably would be.
But what if you want to do Cannonball and you're like us and you can't afford an E63? What do you do then? And now let's think about what goes into a Cannonball vehicle first. It's got to be, ideally you're not going to be doing a solo Cannonball run. You're going to have at least one, maybe 2 other people with you. So you got to have space for those other people, but you also have to have enough space for extra fuel tanks. Yeah, that's a good point. A big boot. It's got to be something that's actually kind of comfortable. Yeah, for absolutely that far of a drive, because it's not. And also, I think it's got to be something that's not not super over the top. Yeah. Which, you know, if you're doing 100 whatever miles an hour for that long of time.
Whatever.
You're going to attract some attention.
Yeah.
Even with all the fancy radar and laser
yeah.
jammers and 3 different phone apps and whatever else. It's got to be something that's kind of undescribable.
It has to be something where if it blows by you, there's nothing overly identifiable.
Yeah.
Just like the record-breaking car, which was a Audi S6. Well, of course, there's been several records.
Yeah.
But, you had an Audi S6 that was vinyl wrapped on the outside.
To look like a Taurus.
Yeah, to look like a Ford Taurus.
Yeah. That was...
Interceptor. And completely debadged.
Right.
There was a story that they were bombing through, and they got a police report on them, but it was generic white sedan. That's what you're going for, because you're going to blow by people who will call the cops on you. It's a matter of how they describe you. If they say there's a guy in a purple 911 going 177 miles an hour by me, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, but also too, with the budget in mind, it's also got to be, the final factor is that it's got to be something that can actually withstand that trip.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of shit that you can buy for 10 grand that would be a great car, but not great for that. So.
Like the car that I have in mind for you.
Oh, God.
So, allow me to go to...
is this the one you were laughing about earlier?
The one I'm like, yes, it was actually. So, allow me to show you a car. First, I will say is $5,500.
Wow.
Yes, $5,500.
That's solid.
It is a car that is comfortable, supple, has a stonking big motor in it.
Good.
It's got a good motor. It has plenty of room. V8 motor. That's what I was trying to think about.
That reminds me of the Top Gear clip where it was a really old Top Gear clip. I don't remember what kind of old American car they were, but Jeremy was talking about how everything on the car was square in his country accent. Got me square dials. I got me a square dash, but the wheel is circular. It ruins the whole car.
So anyway,
I'll find that clip again.
So anyway, this car has plenty of room for external fuel tanks. It has good technology, comfortable. Like I said, 4 people can fit in it easily. And it will be the winner of this competition because for that $5,500, I can get you a 2001 Mercedes-Benz S600.
Oh my God. Is that a screen? Oh no, that's not the actual Facebook listing.
It's a screenshot here.
Jesus.
I'll try to. I'll send that to him.
Yeah, we'll overlay it. But,
yes.
Wow.
Yes. 81,000.
81,000 miles.
Soft, controlled, well-maintained miles.
Wow.
Sold by a man named Jay. I trust this man.
Yeah, that's valid. Okay, but is that actually going to make it that far, though?
Of course it will.
Yes, it's probably been
German engineering.
Yes, it's probably been well maintained and it fits all the other criteria.
It actually
but
probably hasn't, all things considering.
Well, I mean, for $5,500, you can. For 81,000 miles, it should be pretty well maintained.
Yeah.
But for $5,500,
active body control is probably not working in this vehicle.
Well, if it's not working, then you're fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Working.
If it's already broken, then fuck it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for helping my case here.
Yeah. My pick was just going to be some sort of decommissioned police car. Probably a Taurus, but you could do it in a Crown Vic pretty easily too. Because really, it's nondescript. It's got space for your passengers and your extra fuel tanks and everything. The Crown Vics especially are bulletproof.
Yeah.
The Tauruses have actually been pretty reliable too.
That's what you would have on me is the discreetness of a Ford Taurus and the fact that you'll probably actually make it.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the top speed of a Crown Vic isn't massively high, but if you did a Taurus Police Interceptor, you'd probably have the best of every world there, I think.
Yeah.
And they're cheap.
They are cheap.
So that's what I'm going to go with.
I probably should have done more research, all things considering. I got very excited about my V12 S-Class. I think I'm going to concede that round to you because in all reality, as cool as it would be to show up with a V12 S-Class, you would probably beat me in a Ford Taurus.
Yeah. Like I would
insane.
really enjoy doing it in an S600.
Yeah, absolutely.
But realistically though, just saying.
I don't know.
All right, so
and I'm not just doing this for the sake of making this close. I think I don't know.
Like I just said, it would be hilarious and it would be so much fun to do in an S600. But the logic side of it, of when you actually start preparing for that scale of a trip, the logic side of it has to kick in at some point. Yeah, because you would have, for the same amount of money, you would be able to actually fix the car and make it worthy, which at $5,500, even if the S600 was free, $10,000 isn't going to fix it enough. $10,000 will fix your air suspension. Yeah, it might fix the air suspension. But the Taurus or the Crown Vic don't have air suspension to begin with, so ultimately I think the Taurus is probably the best bet. Yeah, Taurus might be your best bet. Because there's more of them out there that are not crazy high mileage and haven't been beat to shit. But, you know what makes me really mad? What? I think a Chevy Caprice would have been better. Oh, yeah, actually? Yeah, that would have been better. Yeah. Damn it. Caprice would be good. That would have been the answer, because you could put a lot of power into it. Yeah. That'll have a higher top speed than a Taurus, too, 100%. Yeah. And just stupid reliability. Yeah. Dang. Caprice. Okay. All right. Well, so either way, it's 1-1. Yeah. But I think we can both agree on the Caprice, but that's still more my direction. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's a good point. Anyway, I'm gonna be buying a Mercedes-Benz S600. You're gonna go buy that $5,000 S-Class off Facebook. That's good. That would be something to record. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay. So I can explain that one to Barbara for you too. What? I can explain that one to Barbara for you too. Oh, you won't be able to explain that. You won't have to. She'll just leave me instantly. There won't be a conversation. Alrighty. So this one, I will admit, is a bit of just a steal from the other podcasts. Oh, I know which one this is. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like we just prepared all this like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, no kidding. It's almost like we had extra time to do another episode. And we brainstormed these ideas together. So, you will be going on a skiing vacation in the Swiss Alps. Okay. That's good. That's something I actually want to do. I've never done that before. Yeah, that would be pretty. My wife spent about 4 or 5 months in Switzerland. Yeah, she told me that story the last time we had brunch. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that sounds way too fancy. That is. Yeah, that does sound really pretentious. Yeah. But yes. Yes. She was talking about that. At brunch. However, your starting point is London. So basically, you've got to road trip it. Yeah. So to the Alps, but then you've also got to be able to drive it. Yeah. In the Alps. So it's another situation kind of like the track day, except the specific use case you also need isn't being good on a track, but being prepared for a wintry mountain pass. Being prepared for a blizzard. Yeah. A hilly blizzard. Mm-hmm. But then also, getting you to and from that.
Yeah.
And the answer can't be an RS4.
Yeah, the answer is not allowed to be an RS4.
That's our caveat here.
RS6.
Yeah. I have a suspicion I already know what your answer is going to be, actually.
Yeah, honestly, just for a quick discretion, the one caveat we have on this question is you kind of have to go for style points.
Yeah.
Because, yes, there are many Audis and German saloon cars that will just go do it. But, like, gotta have a little fun.
See, my initial pick was going to be an FF or a Lusso. But
That'd be pretty cool.
But that's contingent on how many people you're actually bringing with you. Because my actual answer is going to be...
Well, but you gotta think about it, though. You're bringing skis.
Well, yeah, but if it's you and one other person, that's, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
My actual answer is going to be an AMG GTR.
AMG GTR?
Yes. Hear me out on this.
What?
Because...
The car that comes on Pilot Sport Cup 2Rs?
Because Shmee 150... This is kind of cheating, but Shmee 150 actually did this with his AMG GTR, and it worked really well. You could put snow tires on it.
Yeah, you could.
You put winter tires on it.
Yeah.
It's a GT car, so it's got space in the back for your skis and your bags. What was that?
My phone.
Oh, good.
Doesn't matter.
It's got space in the back for your luggage and your skis and everything, or you can just put a roof rack on it pretty easily, and it gets all the style points. Because it's a cool car. It's a nice car to road trip too, because it's a Grand Tourer, but it would be less expected than a Lusso or an FF.
As expected as a Lusso or an FF would be at a Swiss mountain lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go AMG GTR.
You're gonna go AMG GTR.
Yep.
Oh.
And a really good set of tires.
And a really good set of tires. See, that puts me in a tricky situation because I was going to go for a better, but since it's better, worse answer than that because that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And I am scrambling just a little bit because I could say something where I go, oh, well, I'll take like a Ford GT. But then I lose because I'm just copying you.
Well, you also can't road trip a Ford GT, though. There's nowhere to put your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could put a roof box on it.
Oh, I mean, you're going to put a ski rack on the AMG anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But I don't know because, so again, I can't bark up your tree because then I just lose by default a modern supercar, sports car-ish thing. So what I would have to do is go with, well, I have to go with something practical. So I will go with something, and it's actually British too, which is perfect. I can pick it up there at the factory and drive it over.
Oh yeah, because everybody's doing factory deliveries these days.
Yeah, exactly. So I will have to go with, and sorry, Sonny Jim, I think I got you here, Jaguar XJ220.
This is, yeah.
Tell me how wrong I am.
I think that's a really great answer. But again, the realism side of it kicks in a little bit to where what company makes a roof box for an XJ220?
There is a company where it's suction mounted.
Oh, Seasucker.
Yeah, Seasucker. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, well, I guess you could do that.
I'll put a Seasucker mount on there.
I guess you could do that.
Yeah. And it would be you and me, but now I think you're not invited because you don't like my answer.
I appreciate it, but I'm going to stick with mine. I'm going to stick with AMG GTR just because it's going to be a more comfortable car for that road trip. Because yes, an XJ220 would be hilarious, but we're actually kind of switching sides from the whole track day thing here now. And I'm going to be the logical one and say, well, an XJ220 would be hilarious, but an AMG GTR would be a nicer road trip vehicle.
Are we about to say that the best thing we could come up with for a Swiss Alps vacation is the AMG GTR?
I honestly... Okay, no. I honestly thought you were going to say FF or Lusso. I thought that's the route you were going to go.
No, it was a thought and a half. It really was, but I was going to come up with something crazier.
Or just like an F12 or an 812. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the route I thought you were going to go, which is why I brought it up. Mm-hmm. And that's why I specifically didn't pick an FF or a Lusso, because ultimately those are probably the best options. Mm-hmm. But that's, yeah, I think AMG GTR is probably still the way to go, just for the cool factor, and it's also still a comfy car for a road trip.
I'm going to give it to you as long as it happens in green.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Well, now I am feeling a little behind, but it is your turn, right?
How many do we have left? We have 2 left?
Two left, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 2-1, and we're actually going to take a brief intermission here, and you'll never know.
6 hours later.
All right.
We're back again.
We are back.
So I guess it's my turn to select one of our 2 sticky notes. I'm going to act like I can't see what's in here.
Yeah. Bit of a shame that I'm already behind, because actually it should be 2-1 me.
Yeah.
If we were trying to give the right person advantages.
Oh, good. Amazon's here too.
Oh, good.
All right. What do we?
Very professional.
This is convenient that I'm reading this one, because this was one of my ideas as well. And this is something that your elderly mother could be comfortable driving, but that you could also have fun driving. And I'm going to say the caveat for this one is it can't be a Miata.
Can't be a Miata. I wasn't thinking of Miata at all.
Okay.
Because your elderly mother probably can't or does not want to drive manual.
Well, they make automatic Miatas.
And that's a terrible idea.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, so, I mean, this has to be something comfy.
Sure.
He has to have good creature comforts, but it also has to be...
It's got to be fairly...
It's got to be easy.
Yeah, it's got to be fairly simple.
Yeah.
But it's also got to be fun for you.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's probably not going to end up being a manual.
No.
Unless your mom grew up driving manual, which
but like,
our generation, our moms did drive manual.
Yeah, well,
but
I mean,
still,
like, both my parents can drive a manual, but think about it. If my mom had to drive my car, she would not want it to be a manual, because she's kind of over it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she had an original VW Rabbit, so an original Cabby, which was a great car.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, she really liked that. And she had a Beetle. So she's had manual cars, but again, you know, your elderly mother has probably done, you know, driving manual cars.
Yeah. She would be very happy with her Range Rover into retirement.
Yeah, exactly. So she wants something, of course, that would be sensible.
Yep.
Have good technology, but working in the background so she doesn't have to work it.
Yeah.
It's just doing things for her.
Yeah.
And it could be something, of course, you get in, has good visibility for the most part, and room for her things in case she finds some knickknacks and some gifts for the kids and all that kind of good stuff. So
and fake plants.
And fake plants, yes, of course. So, you know, it doesn't have to be a big SUV, but it has to have some room, right? And it also has to be very safe.
Yes.
So if it was raining or if it was snowing, there would be, a level of convenience for her that she doesn't have to worry about it. Maybe something all-wheel drive.
Sure.
Which is why a vehicle has been made for this very, very particular situation. A car that has said that it can be driven by your elderly mom or an F1 driver and basically get the same lap time. Therefore, Mr. Markham, my answer is the Nissan GTR.
GTR is a very good answer. But
Oh no.
is your mom actually going to want to get into and out of a GTR? Is your mom going to want to park a GTR and she can't see out of it?
With parking sensors and a backup camera and pretty good visibility for what it is. It does.
Yeah, it's got good visibility for what it is, but like, it's still a low-slung two-door, sports, almost supercar type vehicle. Yes, it's all-wheel drive. Yes, it's crazy quick. So yes, it would be a great car for you.
I'm a little worried about what you're about to say.
I may be thinking too logically on this one too.
Okay.
My answer is going to be either a Mark 6 GTI or a Mark 6 Golf R.
Really?
Yeah, because specifically Mark 6, because they're new enough to where they have some features, but they're not overkill. They don't have all the, active safety stuff and stuff that your mom wouldn't know how to use. But it does have like a nice, it does have like satellite radio and a sunroof, and it may have a backup camera depending on what you get. And
I think they could. I don't know if a Mark 6 ever could, but
I don't remember now.
yeah.
But either way, it's new enough to where it has some features, but it's not overkill. And it's a great time for you to drive. It's still fun. It's a hot hatch. But at the same time, for her, it's just a little hatchback. It's like a Honda Fit to her. She could put her fake plants and her
Fake plants.
kids, her grandkids' birthday presents in the back. And it's easy to get in and out of. It's easy to park. It's good on gas, so she'll like that.
Well, are you going to make your mother pay for gas?
Are you going to say no? But I'm just saying, like, she'll appreciate that.
She doesn't need to appreciate it. I'm going to take care of my mother. Thank you very much. Andrew Markham, terrible person to his mom.
Well, yeah, all because I would buy her a GTI or a Golf R. Like, it's not that bad.
Well, my mom has a GTR.
See, but the thing is, your mom actually would be really happy with the GTR.
My mom would be thrilled.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. She wouldn't know what it would be.
Right.
Which is another positive, because it's a Nissan. It has leather seats.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
And until she's sitting next to a normal person in there, let's say like a Golf R or something lame like that. And, let's say the right lane ends and she says, oh my goodness, I need to get over. And she blasts the hell out of it.
Yeah. I mean, yes, that would be, okay. If we were talking specifically about your mother,
yeah,
that would be the perfect answer.
But if we were talking about your mother,
mine would be perfect.
Yours would be the perfect answer.
So I guess we're a little bit too specific here.
Yeah, I was worried that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, luckily, I have come up with a tiebreaker, which is a 0 to 60 contest. So.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
And well, I mean, we don't have the cars here, but
I am actually, God, I don't want to say that I agree that the GTR would be a great car.
Okay, but here's the thing. I would have conceded to you if you would have said RS6 Avant or E63S.
Yeah, but
I would have had to have given it to you.
Okay, but see, here's another consideration that I had is that's a really expensive car if your mom is not the greatest at driving when she's 80 years old.
Yeah, that's a good point, but that's why she has a GTR, because the GTR can handle itself. The GTR doesn't need her.
Yes,
the GTR is just driving her around.
Yes, but if we, okay, not to discredit either of our moms, but elderly people in general, I think there should be stricter licensing requirements for elderly people in this country.
Oh, that could be an entire podcast.
Yes,
episode
that's a whole separate
of
topic.
Graduated
But
licensing and better controls on things like that.
That's
a
whole separate discussion. Yeah. But my point is, again, not to discredit either of our moms, but if they were to total the GTR that we bought, what is that going to do to our insurance?
As a 25 and 23-year-olds, a lot. But
so
I'd say we are just playing a game, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. So fuck it, let's tie the score and we'll go GTR.
Perfect.
All right.
And now begins the second half where we argue over who wins.
Yeah, because we have one thing left.
Yeah,
and
so it's up
even
to
though
me.
we prepared these together, I honestly don't remember which situation is left. I think I know which one it is, but I don't remember what we've done so far.
I'm about to read it, but...
Yes, let's do that.
Oh! Okay, so this is actually good, because this is the first one we came up with.
Oh.
You know it now, yeah.
That one.
You know
okay.
it now. Which is probably the best one we have. So
it's also the one I'm least prepared for, actually, because I didn't really think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough, and you need a good working knowledge of quirky, exotic vehicles. Yeah. So what you need to do for this situation is you are showing off in Monaco, but this car also has to be enjoyable on a Monte Carlo twisty road.
Yeah.
When you're not showing off to your friends at the casino. And I think that's good that we did it, because it gets rid of like the LMO2 or Toyota Mega Cruiser or stupid things like that, which...
Yeah, or just like a Chiron.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that.
Which is just straight up flaunting.
That's still going to get attention, but like a Chiron's overkill for a switchback road.
Yeah.
And it also kind of rules out, the generic answers of like a Koenigsegg or Pagani which is my answer that I've just decided on the spot.
I mean, here's the thing. If I had to be on a twisty road with a Pagani, I would not be
no, you wouldn't
disappointed.
Complain. You wouldn't complain.
I'd be disappointed in any way, shape, or form.
But it's kind of too generic, so...
Yeah, well, it's too generic for Monaco.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Which is why my answer, which I've just literally just decided on the spot, is going to be a Spiker C8.
A Spiker C8.
Yes, because it's pretty rare. It's a beautiful car.
Very beautiful car.
So it'll get attention in Monaco, 100%. And it's also still from that generation of being pretty analog.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it should be an enjoyable drive too.
Yep. Audi 4.2 liter V8.
Great noise.
Yeah. Good engine.
Great engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great engine. It's got tons of character, obviously, because it's got the exposed, shifter linkage and everything in there.
Yeah.
And it'll get tons of attention in Monaco. People may or may not know what it is. The really rich people will probably know what it is.
Yeah.
But either way, it'll get pictures.
Yeah. It will. I know you're absolutely right. It'll get plenty of attention, and dynamically, it's pretty much there. I would have to make you concede that it wouldn't be as good as the generic options, like let's say a Hurricane Evo or.
Yeah, but there's a million Huracans.
Yeah,
in Monaco,
but you're right. It would be better than any of those options.
Yeah.
And I really don't have a choice in known modern supercars. That probably is the best thing you could show up in. So I have to go somewhere else.
Okay.
And I have to go back to Great Britain.
Oh boy.
To a particular vehicle, not very well known. Well, actually, okay, the vehicle that it's based on is incredibly well known, right? And there's probably a lot of them, not just in Monaco, but there's a lot of them all over Europe. They actually made a lot of them, all over the world. However, in the current era of rich people continuing to be rich, there are a lot of options for brand new supercars, and they're kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Your Spiker is a notable exception. You look very cold, by the way, which is hilarious.
I am getting cold now.
So I'm going to continue to talk.
I shouldn't have taken my jacket off.
Yeah, I'm going to freeze him out of this one and win.
I was fine for like the first 3/4 of this episode.
Yeah. So, obviously you have all these options of the brand new supercars and sports cars and things like that. So I am going to lean on the resto mod world.
Okay.
Something,
that's interesting.
You have like the Alphaholics, Alfa Romeos, Singer 911s, beautiful, beautiful cars. And they were cars that, maybe the old guard used to hold very high. And then this new generation sees them as great platforms to make modern. I'm going to go with what I think would be the absolute best one for Monaco. Amazing on a back road. And you show up to whatever hotel you want, and it is so shockingly beautiful that it will stay up front, and they will move your Spiker to the road somewhere away to where only the peasants can look at that one. I'm trying to wax lyrical and keep you cold, but I'm just going to say it.
Good.
Eagle E-Type Speedster.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not just saying this because I'm cold and I want to get this over with, but no, genuinely, I hadn't even thought about it. But yes.
Yeah, and to be fair, on both of those answers, I don't know if you show up to a fancy casino in Monaco and all of the Spikers ever made are already there, or all of the E-Type Speedsters already made are already there, because where else are they going to be, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, you can't go new and be different, because all the people buying these new supercars and hypercars are in Monaco.
Yeah. I mean, granted, a Spiker's not that new either.
No, it isn't.
But still, I mean, the Eagle Speedster is still new enough, since it's more of it's not actually an E-Type. It's still new enough that it won't be, a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
To start it every time.
Yeah, I mean,
it'll actually be sort of nice to drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's fuel injected. You have a synchronized, which I mean, most E-Types had synchronized transmissions anyway. But yeah, you can roll it up to a hotel. It's not going to be leaking oil.
Yeah.
On their probably ivory marble, roads. Yeah. As you can tell, we've frequented Monaco a lot.
Oh yeah,
we are experts in this field.
Yep. All the time.
But I mean, dude, if I had one option, that'd be it. And it'd be so much fun as a convertible in Monaco.
Yeah.
To drive around, I think that'd be it.
Yeah, that would be great.
But didn't they make a convertible Spiker too?
I think they did. Yeah, pretty sure they did.
Yeah. Again, I think Spiker would probably be like a top 5.
Oh yeah, you really can't go wrong with either of them. But yeah, ultimately, I'm gonna break the tie here, and I'm gonna give that one to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. But that was a very good option, though.
Yes,
I mean that was a good one.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either of them. But yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. I know you want to go back inside. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about Eastern European politics for the next 2 hours or so.
Good.
And, really hone in on that.
No, but on a real note, we had the idea to going back to Top Gear, actually, of how they went and drove supercars through Romania. I was going to say something related to that, but then I figured it probably wouldn't be massively appropriate at the moment.
Yeah, well, just because what's going on in that area.
Yeah, but that's a whole other conversation. But no, I think we came up with some good ones for the limited preparation that we actually did for this.
The zero preparation that we had for this.
No, literally, we just this show's already unprofessional enough, so we'll just talk about it anyway. we just recorded the last episode and went to the bathroom, got water, and we were like, okay, well, we got some time to do another episode, so what do we want to do? And we looked at our list, and this actually wasn't on our list of topics. And then we just scrambled to put together some sticky notes in a hat of brainstorming ideas. So
yeah.
I think it turned out all right.
I think it did. And this is what we always wanted the podcast to be, is just us making random things up just so we can sit here and talk about cars.
Pretty much, yeah. There's absolutely nothing useful about this show at all.
Nope. But maybe a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So, on that note, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up. Or consider subscribing for plenty more content to come.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe.